Hi everyone, so let's talk about surround region. So you are given n by n matrix, so containing x and circle, capture all region that are four directional surrounded by x. So a region is captured by flipping O into x in the surrounding region. So for example, if you have 3O inside the surrounded by the x, you have to convert to the x. And if not, if you are on the boundary, if you're on the border, then you don't have to change. But you can still, if this is circle, then this will connect the entire region. That will result circle for the final project, final board, because it is connected. So this is pretty much like counting island. So this video is going to talk about how you actually do in DFS search. So what will I do is I going to check for every cells when I equal to 0, j equal to 0, when I equal to last row, j equal to last row, to see if there is a circle or not. If there's a circle, I'm going to go for different direction, up, down, left side, to check if there's a neighbor that is a circle. Then I'm going to mark these cells could not be X for the final board, and at the end I will just leave the cells to the circle. If the cell is not, if the cell is supposed to be a circle at the end. So what will I do is I'm going to traverse. So before I traverse, I'm going to say I'm going to declare m and n. So m will be the board length, and n will become board 0 length. And so I can traverse. So for I0, I less than n, I plus plus, and for j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. So I'm going to check the boundary, right? So check the border. So check the border. I equal to 0, j equal to 0, or I equal to n minus 1, or j equal to n minus 1. And at the end, I have to know if this cell has a neighbor which has a circle or not, right? So I'm going to pass in a helper function. So it's going to be void, and I'm going to still using solve, but inside my argument, I have a board, I have a I have a j. So I'm going to call it solve for ij. Okay, so now we pretty much just going to check if my ij and ij cells, which is outside border, is circle, right? So I'm going to say if board I and j, if that is equal to x, we don't want to continue. Okay, so we don't want to continue for rest, so just return. But before that, we need to know if I is in the boundary or not, right? If I less than 0, or I equal to board length, I return. And also if j is less than 0, or j equal to board 0 length, this is pretty standard stuff, then I will return. So what if there's a cell that is supposed to be for example, if this cell is supposed to be a circle for the final board, I need to change the circle to something else. So I'm going to say for ij equal to, let me say, little star. So then I will know this cell is definitely going to be not changed. Then I will just traverse its neighbor. So I plus 1 j, so for I minus 1 j, so for I j plus 1, so for I j minus 1. All right, this is how you actually do it. But if there is a cell you already traversed and you change the symbol, then you also need to return, right? So for I j equal to star. I need to return. And just making sure you can actually put these three if statement into one, but for readability, I will just do like this. And after you traverse every single cell on the border and then you expand it, if there is a cell that is circle, and you for the middle one, for the middle border, something, I mean, for the border that is inside the board, then you need to know this could be not be possible be circle, right? The cell could not be possible be circle, so you have to know, you need to change the circle to X. So what will I do? I will say for I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus, standard traversal for the 2D, I less than n, I j plus plus. So if board ij is equal to star, we already know this shouldn't be a x, right? So both I and j will remain O. Everything else, you know, right? It's going to be x. Then we don't have to return anything. This is the entire solution. It's a void. And let's just see if I have made anything that is not clear. Okay, pretty good. Okay, this is pretty easy. So it's pretty much like counting iron. So let's talk about time and space. For the time and space, it's going to be m times n. M for the row, n for the column. So n for the time, and n for the space. Why? Because you have 2D board, right? I mean, technically you don't need extra space, but you need a space for the board that, I mean, which is all of n times n. And space is all of n times n because 2 for loop, right? And that will be the solution. And I hope you get it. And this question will be considered easy if you do the counting iron. And if you have a question, leave a comment below. If you like the video, please leave a like, and I will see you next time. All right, peace.